Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And over the years, we've really gotten to see Robert Downey Jr. alongside some of his cast members from various movies throughout the years, just do various interviews along the way. It's been really fun to take a look at how Robert Downey Jr. interacts with his co-stars. And we know from how he acts in interviews or in other forms of media, even in his acting, you can see that he's a very sarcastic person, and it's always fun to see how he interacts with some of his co-stars that he's pretty good friends with in a relatively sarcastic way. And it's pretty fun whenever he kind of decides he's going to tease one of his co-stars and call them out or throw a couple of insults that are, you know, in good fun their way. So today we wanted to look at some of our favorite moments of Robert Downey Jr., throwing some shade at his co-stars, so let's go ahead and jump into this. First up, we have this moment where Robert Downey Jr. at a premiere decided to call out Chris Evans for forgetting his birthday.
First of all, may I say happy belated birthday?
Thank you. Yeah. Glad somebody remembered. That's weak. That's weak.
Did you not get Robert a gift?
No, I know. Oh, the check's in my mouth.
There was also the time that Robert Downey Jr. continuously decided to call Chris Evans Dorito for whatever reason.
What's up, Dorito?
Then better late than never.
All right, Dorito.
But I mean, just, you know, getting to work with this group of people and essentially being a superhero for a job. I mean, would you envision when you're like, oh, I want to be an actor? Like, is this anywhere near what you thought?
No. It's but a wonderful blessing. Meeting this guy over here, he's the one that convinced me and washed my car in a thong and said that you got to be Hawkeye, please.
We've also gotten to see Chris Evans kind of get a little sarcastic around Don Cheadle, which is always great to see.
Were any of you invited?
Yes, I was there.
Oh.
But my back went out and I left. Remember, Robert? When my back went out?
Whatever you say, Don.
Then there was a time that we got to see Robert Downey Jr. kind of throw some shade at Chris Evans for being too shy while at a movie premiere.
Yeah.
I love Captain America. I hate to say it. I'm not supposed to say it.
Right.
I love Chris. I love Captain America. Before the premiere, he's all nervous, and we're supposed to drive in the Audis. He's like, bro, I don't know. Should you go first or I should go first? I was like, man up, dude. We got to go to this premiere together.
Then Robert Downey Jr. makes some jokes with Scarlett Johansson about whether or not her character in the movie is dumb or not, and it's kind of clever.
Yeah, that is quite a bunch.
I mean, we can fast forward through the dumb stuff.
What's the dumb stuff?
Yeah, what is the dumb stuff?
I don't know, probably like, you know, your character arc.
Then there was a time that Robert Downey Jr., when talking about the upcoming Spider-Man movie, kind of jokes around that Tom Holland won't let him see the movie yet, which was in post-production.
Robert, you have not seen it yet?
I have personally yet to see it. When can I,
You will see it when I'm ready for you to see it. Just take a minute.
The new blood, get used to it.
Robert, how much are you involved in casting Tom in this movie? I would assume that there's some kind of, that you play some kind of role in that.
Yeah, well, when we were doing Civil War was when, right at the beginning of that, they were casting, and so they brought in all the finalists for the exam.
Then there was also the time that during an interview, Robert gets asked whether or not he likes the idea of a British person playing the role of Peter Parker, typically an American character. And he jokingly says he doesn't like that idea. Now, that's a reference to the fact that Robert Downey Jr. has played Sherlock Holmes, and a lot of people threw criticism at him because Sherlock Holmes is a British character and they casted an American actor to play the character. So it was just kind of this subtle commentary or joke towards Tom Holland, but it's funny nonetheless.
He's a British actor. You've seen him in other stuff before, but he is fantastic.
As an American, you're okay with a foreigner playing the role of Spider-Man? Not really, no.
No. I like this Tom Holland guy.
Yeah, you like him?
I like him. It's about the person, Jimmy.
I see. Okay.
You know?
Well, that's very big of you.
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei plays Aunt May in the movie.
And real quick, we wanted to give a huge shout out to our Instagram page. If you guys didn't know, we just passed over 8,000 followers over on Instagram. So we'd really appreciate if you guys headed over to our Instagram, scroll through some of our posts, maybe hit the like button and followed us over there. We do a lot of really interesting content if you love comic books, the MCU, DCEU, whatever it is. If you just like movies, it's a really cool page. We've been working really hard on it, and it would mean the world to us if you went over and checked it out as well. There was also the time where Robert Downey Jr. kind of throws some shade at Chris Evans for not thinking things through enough as to which character he would end up playing in the MCU, all because of how difficult it is filming in the heat.
I was either in a lovely, sprawling, rented home or an air-conditioned helicopter. I mean, I did see you on the tarmac doing action for 6 months, but you see, once the helmet closes, I'm not there.
You go home.
Should have thought of that.
I know. Believe me, every day you just wish he had that full
It is brilliant.
There was also the time where he goes ahead and just says, "Nothing about you is square," in regards to Chris Evans.
Cap is a stretch for Evans because you are so, nothing about you is a square. Even though you're a nice guy from the East Coast and all that stuff, you're like me. We were raised like doing theater, kind of artsy, eccentric types. And but I like that Cap is cool now. You made Cap cool.
Then there was a time where Mark Ruffalo actually got to throw a little bit of spice towards Robert Downey Jr. by putting a little bit of some references that he thought RDJ would maybe like in Thor Ragnarok.
And so I was like, of course, the Nagel shirt. And so they were like, well, we can't get the Duran shirt. What do you want to do? I was like, let's get the Nagel shirt. And Tyke and I, we saw that. Like, let's do that.
So have you asked Robert about what he thinks about it?
He hasn't seen it. He hasn't seen it. I can't wait for him to see it. He's going to get a laugh out of it.
Right. 4 things that you're hoping Robert says to you after this movie.
Ruffalo, amazing. Ruffalo, great job.
Then during an interview promoting Iron Man 3, we got to see Robert Downey Jr. making fun of Gwyneth Paltrow for speaking French. Now, this whole panel that they were on was a French-speaking panel, so Robert Downey Jr. had to have an interpreter interpreting the things that he was saying, where Gwyneth Paltrow is fluent in French, so she was just responding in French. But it's pretty funny just to see this interaction, and it was definitely a highlight of that interview.
I would have spoken French, but I was raised by wolves. She went to all these nice schools and they spent all this goddamn money, and now she's all fancy and comes out and you just love her. I am an animal. I'm an ugly American, all right? They don't teach French in jail.
Alors, je crois qu'on peut applaudir ça, voilà.
Building a lot more suits, and Don Cheadle and Gwyneth Paltrow get to wear them.
Yes.
This time around.
Well, we've been, really wanting to do that. I mean, obviously in the last Iron Man as War Machine, Don got to, but we thought, so much of what drove the success of the Iron Man franchise was our female audience, and I thought we've got to get Gwyneth in the suit. And she said, I'm game, and it turns out that's exactly what
she also said you're kind of a wimp. She said it's not that tough being in the suit.
Again, I wouldn't like him if the movies weren't good. It just so happens that this Spider...
You're in the middle of an
Man.
interview.
Pull up a chair.
Now, hold on a damn second. Just because I did this to you in Berlin doesn't mean all right.
I even wore glasses to try.
Look at you.
This is very RDJ, right?
It's very good. You really are taking cues from the master now.
I was wondering how working with Robert was.
This is actually him.
Yeah,
Hang
right.
on a minute. He never FaceTimes me. This is so weird. Hey, man. How you doing?
Dude.
What's up?
I just saw the movie. It's so good. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you so much. I'm actually doing press for it right now.
Oh my God. What are you, junketing?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a junket. I can't really speak right now. Can I call you back? He's never FaceTimed me ever once. Now it's become a bit of a thing.
Why are you answering your phone in the middle of an interview?
Because it's you.
Yeah,
if it was my mom, I'd be like, no. But it's Robert Downey Jr., so you're like, yeah, I'll see what's happening.
Yeah.
You got some cojones coming in here and
You know, I'm the new kid on the block.
right, it's
Try
working.
and step up to the plate. Lots of love. Speak to you soon.
Bye, husband.
So So what did you guys think of these moments? Are you a fan of Robert Downey Jr. and his sarcastic ways? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this, uploaded every single day of the week, and we'll see you guys all next time with a brand new video.
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hi. See you guys.